Everybody, welcome to Tech at Lowell's Craft and Chat. Here's your sneak preview. Today we're making an Easter basket with decoupaged eggs. Look how cute. And we have moss and chicks for you. You can assemble your own. I'll show you how to decoupage the eggs. We'll provide you with the paper and the eggs and the baskets. All you need at home is glue. But we're going to put this on here just with Elmer's watered down. You can use PVA glue if you're, a little more professional crafter, but this works just fine. And we'll show you a few decorating techniques as well. So, Easter's coming early this year. It'll be April 4th, right? Sneaking up on us. So let's get going on our Easter baskets. Okay, we're going to get started on our decoupaged eggs for our Easter baskets. It is pretty simple. I'm sure you've done it sometime in your life, but now we're doing it for fun. And just have a little Easter fun and something a little more, a little more sophisticated than your plastic grass and traditional stuff. So, to start our decoupage, guess what we got to do? Start with the glue. Like I said, if you're one of those people who has a lot of craft items, you might have PVA glue. I don't happen to have any on time, so I'm just using Elmer's. Takes quite a bit, so we'll put some in there. There you go. All right. Then we're going to water it down a little bit. Should be like cake batter. Now, you can put your strips of paper on the egg with the paintbrush, but I kind of like the tactile sensation of doing it with my fingers. And I think it's just easier to place if you don't like where it went. You just move it with your fingers nimbly. Whereas paintbrush, you're kind of fiddling around with it. All right. A nice, see that consistency? Ooh, that's a little thin batter kind of look to it. That's perfectly good. Keep the water over here so we won't knock it over. All right, so we're starting with your basic Easter egg. Now, you can just do the outsides. You don't need to put any primer or anything on. The paper sticks fine to them, just like that. But if you want to get fancy and do the inside, you can do that too. Put a little chicken there so he's peeping out. That's kind of fun. You can glue him in or leave him, just put him in there open. Kind of fun. So that one I did the inside, and I'll show you, we put a little gold paint around some of them. And we did the outside of that one too. All right, so let's get started. Basically, and I cut all these strips of paper because I figured it was decoupage, French. So I cut it out of a French textbook, workbook. So it's a very international flair we got going here today. Get your egg. I like to just do this. Get just enough on there. Cover the whole piece of paper. Boom. And start gluing. Smooth it down. Smooth down those edges. Wrinkles. That's why I like, that's why I like to use my fingers. It's just so much better to get easier to get the wrinkles out that way. Now, if you're gonna do one inside and out, obviously I already covered up the seam. You don't want to cover up your seam. You can cover up that little back area where it opens. That's not gonna hurt anything. But you want to work around this little seam if you want to decoupage the inside as well. So there you go, one down. We give different sizes of paper. I don't like that one. You can pick and choose. You can tear them up to get what you want. It's totally up to you. Now, I know, like you've seen people, tea stain the papers before and let them dry, and it'll give us a beautiful look. And it does. It does give a beautiful look. However, again, perhaps we should just rename this Short Attention Span Crafts, because I just don't have that kind of time. I want it to happen now. But For you more patient people. You just go for it. And a really strong brewed tea, and you dip the papers in them and dry them. However, I'm going to show you a shortcut we made. So we're just going to keep on sticking. It's kind of fun. You can learn a little French vocabulary as you go. I was amazed how many words I actually recognize. Like I said, just get it. Make sure the paper's covered. It doesn't have to be dripping. In fact, you really don't want it. You can wipe it off. I always cover my surfaces no matter what craft I'm doing because I'm messy. And if it rips, it's no big deal. If you're putting it on there and you get a little too firm, yeah, that's why you have other papers covered up. It wrinkles, no big deal either. In fact, I'm going to wrinkle that one just because I can. And eventually, once you get enough glue on your hands, you won't need to dip them, except maybe a little, just a little, because you don't want the whole egg dripping in glue while you do this. Put it across the top, smooth it down, cup or anything, and that'll be dry in about half an hour. Now, wipe the paint off, and we'll show you some options for decorating them. I'm going to get that off of there. Ooh, there you go. Okay. Now, let me get my paint. What I did, instead of tea staining, is we mixed up some paint for you. It's not quite iced tea color, but look, it's a pretty color. Once it dries, really thin. Now, you can paint your egg. Let's see what we did with this one over here. Just gently tapped it on with a brush like that. The moss is stuck to it now, but that's okay. It's been there a while. And you can water this down. Obviously, you just want it to be more of a glaze. You don't want to cover up your nice lettering. So we're going to do the outside of the one I did before. Let's water this down a little bit. Let me put another bowl. A bit in there. It's not going to take a whole lot for an egg. And we're just using acrylic paints here, so not fancy. Again, just water it down a little bit. Like you want it to be translucent. Might use a little more water than that. Make your own colors. Blues would be gorgeous, light blue, like greens, pinks. Again, all those great pastel Easter colors. You can always do that too, whatever you have around the house. All right. And food coloring. If you use food coloring, that works pretty well on these two. So we're just gonna, let's see. Yeah. Give it some, just put it on there really thinly. It will dry much lighter, obviously, but don't be afraid. I think I'll put a little more water in there. Always experiment. And again, this will dry in half an hour in the sun or an hour on your countertop. Oh, there you go. That's what I want. Just really lightly dab it on. And there you go. Get this fun, funky color. See. Oh, did you tea stain those? Oh, of course. Cover up the white spots. Getting those, sometimes you got some cracks in that paper. Yeah. And just tiny little brush. Doesn't have to be anything. Dollar store brush is just fine. Not doing any intricate work here. And there you go. There you have your kind of tea-stained egg right there. Nice. Now, shake that around. blowing a little. And now, if you would like to do something a little fun and funky, and kind of a faux cheetah, faux animal print egg, we'll show you how to do that one. If you have a gold marker, the metallic gold marker from the craft store, they're easy to find. Just makes this process very simple. You just start putting dots, loose dots. The edges shouldn't be very even because, you know, these are animal spots. Put some over here, random places. And make those margins a little rough. Kind of fun. It's where you want to put them. Bring those edges out a little. They don't all have to be the same size, obviously, either. Start out with a circle and then just kind of uneven it there. Okay, now let's put the cat back on there. Make it look like a cheetah or animal print or leopard or ocelot or you know, whatever animal suits your fancy. You just come about 1/4 into this gold paint, blow on a little, and with your black Sharpie, just kind of overlay another rough edge, circle over that. Fill in that circle. We don't want to leave white showing. Now it needs to come in a little more, don't you think? Yep. There you go. And then you get this nice little animal pattern going there. Make sure you got a nice full Sharpie. I think this one has seen better days, but it's doing the job. And you got a little animal print going there. Surprising what you can do. What's a Sharpie these days, right? There you go. We're going to shake it a little because this is what we do. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, that's better. So you did. You just bring the circles kind of in. You can bring it even to halfway on the gold circle. It's rough. Let's do that. Overlapping circles, rough edges. Or if you want to use black paint and a stipple brush, you can do that too. Like I said, so for all different levels here. I'm a short attention span crafter, and hey, I make no apologies. Okay, so there's your animal print. So you got 2 different things you can do there. Now, to gussy up this tea stain, it's dried pretty fast because I put it on there very thin. What we're going to do is take this same brush you used to put this on. Dip it in a little gold paint if you have some. Or again, you could use a gold marker. So we're going to do both. But we had this gorgeous metallic gold. See that? Metallic gold paint in the closet. So I decided, yes, that would be fun to use. Put a good amount on your brush and then dab it off. And then, wow, gild this. Let's gild it. Get a little sparkle. Also helps cover up any white spots you might have missed. You just can't You don't have to worry about overdoing this. Just kind of dab, dab, dab. Okay. And see the shimmer that gives it? It's kind of nice. And that is, and then on the inside, if you don't want this tea stain color, you just want a gold, we just put the gold over the plain paper. Just to give it a little shimmer in there. So many different ways you can decorate your egg. As many ways as markers and paint as you have at home. It is unlimited. So there's an animal print and a tea stain with the gold and just the gold. So, and what we're going to do, we provide your strawberry basket and some foam. Now, if you want to, this foam is, you can cut it a little bit shorter. You can do what you want with the foam because we also can provide this fantastic moss for the top of your basket. So depending on how much you want to hang over or how much room you want your eggs to have. And if you don't want the foam to show through at the bottom, you can weave a ribbon. Any kind of fabric or ribbon you got sitting there, of course, you know, pinks, blues, like a green ribbon would be gorgeous. Just lace through those openings. Put your foam in here. Press it down. Here's a nice base. And you can, I use a little bit of the glue just to keep the moss in place. If this is something you might want to use, you know, use next year. You put your glue on there. Just a little. I mean, I would put a little bit more than that just to show you. Then place your moss. Now you don't have to put a lot of moss in the middle because your eggs will be sitting on that. You just want it around the outsides basically. And just a little thing covering in the middle. Put all the interesting bits and bobs out here. And again, you can use a lot more glue if you want. I'm just setting these in here to show. Obviously, you'll have to have some in the middle for the eggs, so I just use little thin ones. Cover that florist foam up. Just a little bit here, boop. All those little broken pieces. There you go. Then you kind of fill it, and then you place your eggs. Then we'll give you 3 eggs, which it should be plenty to fill this. I like 2 myself, but if you mess one up or you don't like the way it turns out, well, you got options, right? You can put your little open one in here. So we'll move her over there. Just snug this one down in here. And again, you can paint this gold. You can leave the egg showing through. I kind of like that. And you're gonna whoop, place your chicks. Well, I'm gonna put one in there because he's cute. I like their little feet will tangle up in that moss nice and keep them in place. Oh, well, so much for that theory. Oh, so let's get them facing the right way. Come on, chick, chick. There you go. And there you have it. Fun, frolicky Easter basket, just for you. So you'll have fun with that. We do have 5 kits. We'll have 5 kits available. They will be on our table, our pickup table outside. You will get everything you need except the glue, basically, and maybe a stir stick. We'll even provide the paint so you can water it down yourself to whatever kind of glaze consistency you want. If you do want gold paint, we're going to provide this. Obviously, if you need a metallic marker, you'll have to provide your own and a Sharpie. So I lied. So the things you will need from home: glue, black Sharpie, metallic marker if you want to do the animal print, and a little paintbrush. So wonderful. Thanks for joining us here at Tech at Lowell. We're looking forward to Easter. We're glad to be open to the public again. Y'all come in and see us 10 to 6 Monday through Thursday. or 10 to 2 on Friday. And happy Easter, happy crafting.